He's embarrassed by the Phillies.
Okay,
Okay, Father's Day.
Oh, this whole thing. Oh yeah.
Was that just laying around?
No, I think I wore it to practice, so it was just good luck charm and everything. Yeah. You know what I mean? Had to. Had to show some love. Oh yeah, I just want to talk about how excited I am. Obviously it's the second year we're able to do this, big opportunity. Moving forward, I think this will definitely be a staple, of Charlotte football coming, in the next couple of years. So definitely excited to see two schools that are very dear to my heart, Weddington and Providence Day, go duke it out. And also a great matchup with Independence and Myers Park. Some great football going to be played there tomorrow. So, definitely a lot of guys to look out for. Just wanted to reiterate how excited I am.
From a pride standpoint, you're a guy who played in those type of games, and now you're playing on that field weekly. Is that something that you really think about a lot? Yeah,
definitely. I actually never got the opportunity to play in an NFL stadium, so obviously these guys got a little bit more made than I did, but definitely excited for the opportunity to go out there, fill out the stadium as much as they can and just play some good ball. Definitely excited for
them. We just talked to Joe about the way that he kind of deconstructed your film, and then you guys talked about it. Was it easy to kind of find a common ground right away and then move from there?
Yeah, I think a lot of the stuff that I saw myself is something that he obviously noticed as well. Some of the little things about my game last year that just need to be improved upon. Just something that we met with the second he got to Charlotte. We had a meeting, just went over. He already had the tape made, so that was perfect. And just went over the tape. And he kind of just told me his expectations for me and the things that he wanted me to do. Wanted me to focus on in the off season. So I really feel like we've been achieving those goals.
One of the things that he said that you just alluded to was the fact that you could see for yourself just some of the adjustments. Was that something you were aware of in real time, or just the benefit of perspective, it was more clear to you where you were looking to make adjustments?
I think it was more clear when I just took a step back and looked at the whole body of work, the whole season. Just little things that pop up, just in different games, different situations that in the moment, I didn't necessarily catch as quick as I should have. But, when, like you said, the perspective, looking outside looking in, it was a lot easier to see some of those mistakes.
Icky, when you are lined up on this group, you're obviously on the outside, but the three interior guys, what strikes you most about Robert on one side, Damien on the other, and Austin in the middle?
Yeah, I think it just goes to our mindset. We want to play physical up front, and I feel like those guys just encapsulate that. And also how smart those guys are. Obviously, those guys have been in situations. All those guys have had a little bit more success, we have in the past. So kind of just bringing that knowledge to the offensive line and just sharing that with us about some of the little things that we got to do to be better. I feel like it's been a big improvement for us, and definitely glad to have those guys. And, Austin's been great at center, by the way, in case y'all was wondering. Doing good.
Wait, just building off that, has Austin said, man, why is everyone making such a big deal about me moving to center? Has he told that to y'all?
Nah, not at all. He's going to play anywhere. If we need him to play tackle, he'd probably do it too. He played a little bit of tackle at Nevada. He loves to brag about that a little bit. But, I feel like he can play anywhere. He has this IQ to play anywhere, and he has a skill set to play anywhere. And I think he's really, really valuable for us at playing center.
Today was a particularly good running performance for the offense. What do you think was working on the ground?
I think it just goes back to the details, the little things, footwork, hitting their landmarks on run. It's the whole offense moving as a unit. And I feel like when we start really just the more reps we get together, the more flow we have in the game. And I feel like it's starting to show a lot more.
Vicky, when Damien was in here yesterday, he kept using the words mean, tough, and nasty, talking about him, Rob, and Austin, but he keeps kind of applying that to different ones of them. Which one is mean, which one is tough, and which one is nasty?
I think that's everybody. I think that's all of them, I think maybe in some moments the meanness comes out in other guys, and then some moments the toughness comes out, but I feel like they all kind of have those same traits. So it just depends on the situation, I guess.
What are you?
Sure, I'm all of them too, mean, tough, nasty, all that. I think I'll throw another one. I'll throw dominant in there too. That's what we want to do. That's what we want the narrative to be about the offensive line. That we're going to move the ball, we're going to run the ball, we're going to impose our will. And I feel like, the more and more we get to work together, the more we're going to see that come to fruition.
The narrative last year was on the offensive line, but not in a great way. How much did that grate on you guys, and how much you talk about make it up for what happened last year?
Yeah, I mean, really just learning from your mistakes last year. That's the biggest thing, Obviously, you can't take that back. Last year happened. It was tough for a lot of people in the building, but, you got to move forward. And doing that is acknowledging that, not acknowledging your mistakes, acknowledging, your shortcomings and moving past that. And I feel like we've been doing that day in and day out.
Is there a guy on the second or third team offensive line that's really impressed you, whether they were here last year or not?
I mean, a couple guys, some of the new guys that came in last week. Got to shout out Mason. Got to shout out Tyler. I know I'm forgetting one. I'm going to feel terrible.
Jack.
But Jack. Got to shout out those guys, man. They came in on like a day notice, went out there and balled out, played the whole game. And that's something that's just impressive to see. And I think it goes, speaks to the type of guys, type of players they are, to be able to just step in a situation like that and ball out. And it speaks to some of the coaching staff we have here too, that we're able to prepare some of those guys to go out there and play our brand of football on a day's notice. So definitely got to shout those guys out. It's been really impressive.
Are you a guy that wouldn't mind getting some pregame snaps and hits before week one?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. It'd be nice to go against somebody else, get a new feel. People that don't know our offense as well, they be cheating sometimes on the defense. So I think that'd be a great opportunity, especially against a good defensive line like Buffalo has.
Do you think people are sleeping on this offensive line group?
I'm not going to say anything. People can think what they want to think. At the end of the day, we know who we are. We know who we can be. So we're just working every day to just achieve those goals that we have for ourselves.
Shannon, do you have a question?
Last preseason game, obviously a big one for the guys farther down the depth chart, guys trying to make the team. Do you have any advice for the guys in your group and those guys as they go into this final game?
Just play free, really. That's all I can say. Just those guys know that they're here for a reason. So it's just having that confidence going out there knowing that, I'm here for a reason, I belong here. And whoever's in front of me, they got to get it at the end of the day. That's kind of the mindset you got to have as an offensive lineman. And I feel like those guys have really been doing that. There's not really any nervousness going into the game. Guys are relaxed and guys are ready to go out there and play. So I feel like that mindset got to just keep carrying week after week.
I think he's the biggest offensive line I can remember you guys having in a while. Just curious, who's the strongest on this line? Who's the strongest? Who's the quickest? Who's the fastest down the line?
So fastest is actually a debate we talk about a lot. So we like to base it off 40 times. If you're doing it like that, got to be me and Brady up there. Got to be us two. People think they flip the switch on the field when it comes to speed, but I think, the tape's the tape, the numbers are the numbers. So I say fastest is me and Brady. Strongest, that's tough because there's so many different lifts and stuff that we do. I feel like lower body, I might have to get that to the core. It might have to be core. I saw a video of him doing a clean jerk. It was 315. I don't know if any guys are even going to want to try that. So, when it comes to lower body stuff, I might have to get at the core. Upper body, I might have to get at it myself. You know what I mean? D-Lou's up there for sure. I done seen D-Lou put some good weight up on the bar. But I feel like it's a mixed bag, of all those traits.
What are you putting up?
I'm not going to say too much. Not gonna I put up enough. I feel like I'm strong, put up enough, move some bodies, but I'm not going to send my numbers out there. But yeah.
Are you looking at the 10-yard split, or are you doing the whole 40?
Whole 40. Whole 40, yeah, because if we're racing, we're not going to race 10 yards. It's going to be at least 30, 40 yards. So, and me, myself, I don't base off a 10-yard split because I don't think my 10-yard split was that great. My 40-yard was great. I pick up speed as we go. So I'm going to have a little more of an advantage the longer the race.
You've seen some plays where he was down the field. You've seen quite a few plays where you were pretty far down the field.
Yeah, that's a full pass, by the way, in case I realize it. Full pass.
Your aura seems different. I don't know if it's today, if it's the off season. Are you having more fun right now?
I think so. I've just been enjoying myself. Been enjoying being out with the guys. And I just feel like, we're building that chemistry, and I just feel like, we're just excited to just go out there and put on some good film. And I think the energy around the building is just, we're excited to just go out there and just play our brand of football and just have fun doing it. So, definitely excited.
We're off topic. Which offensive lineman would be the best to catch touchdown pass? Who would be
Come on now.
skilled?
Come on now. It got to be me. It got to be me. I think I got the best hands on the team, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
On the team.
I'm not gonna say that. My fault. In the line. Nah. I'm glad you caught that. Nah. On the line.
Are you honorary captain?
I am very excited. Second year in a row. So.
Do you get to call the coin flip?
I don't know if I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna tell them I'm gonna put it in someone's ear what I think. You know, I'm pretty consistent when it comes to coin flips, but yeah, I don't think I'm gonna call it myself. I'm gonna let them do it.
We got time for 2 more.
If you both, Dave and Bryce, the past couple of weeks have talked about wanting to emphasize and reinforce to Bryce like the idea of the scramble and that there's always a second play there. How much does that change it for you on the offensive line? And every quarterback's kind of a little different when it comes to that. What is it about Bryce that can work?
Well, I mean, that's a big part of his game. You know, being able to, if a play breaks down, be able to just run around and find some space. You know, that's a big part of his game. It's something he's really good at. So, as an offensive lineman, it just means you got to block a little bit longer. But I mean, I don't mind blocking a little bit longer when he hits a deep ball, 40 yards, and you know, so I don't mind that at all. But just knowing that that's a big part of his game, and that's kind of in the back of my head, knowing that I can't let up at all. I got to make sure I stick on my guy and give Bryce some time.
You guys kind of had an example of that today, the bomb to JT. What happened on that play, and what did you see?
I'm not really sure what happened. I was blocking as long as I can, and just when I saw Bryce scrambling, I was just trying to just adjust quick as I can. And Bryce made a great play, and so did JT. So those are kind of some of the things. Sometimes you're not really sure where the breakdown is, or sometimes the defense just they get paid to. They just locking up some guys, or just have a great scheme going, and sometimes you got to improvise. And I feel like that's one of Bryce's greatest strengths.
Who's got the best arm?
In the O-line room? That's a good question. I feel like Rob. Rob got a nice form, little quarterback form. So I'll give it to Rob on that one. I don't think I shouted him out yet, so I'll give it to Rob.
Since you got the best hands, that's a good combination.
Yeah. I like to catch on the jugs, make sure I get them nice and seasoned. But
Thank you.
for sure, no Rob. Appreciate y'all.